resident of the Heights, community activist in New York City. 15 days from now will actually mark the 20th anniversary of my birth at Christ Hospital, so this is something very important to me. In your letter, Mr. Kelly, you stated, this proposed transfer of ownership will not change Christ Hospital's identity, and the hospital is needed as a safety net to an underserved community, which we are. Just 2 days ago, there was a news report that came out about the trust that's going to purchase the land and then lease it back to the hospital. As a community, somebody who lives here in New Jersey City, that sounds like a deal that's going to take control away from the hospital and to the company itself. I personally would suggest, if that's the case, you should sit down with Prime and tell them that they should give you a 30-year agreement for the hospital to be open for that long, just like they stated here. The 5 years is not going to keep that hospital open. And I stand here asking you, can you do that? Is the hospital actually in your best interest? Will you sit down and do that, or is the best interest just to get this sale done and make some money off of it, or whatever?
I don't think anybody in healthcare today can guarantee anything. I'm sorry. I don't think anybody in healthcare today can guarantee 30 years into the future. What we're trying to do is guarantee a future. Now, let me just talk about the real estate trust. There is no agreement at this point in time between Prime Healthcare and the real estate trust to do a sale leaseback. It's an option that Prime will maintain, and in fact, the way that we put it very clearly to the health department and the Attorney General, we've made that clear, or Prime's made it clear that they want that as an option, to be transparent. But the important thing to understand is something about what is a real estate trust. People seem to have the misconception that it's a real estate development corporation. Right now, I have a banker, Healthcare Financial Group in New York. They're our banker. They have our revolving loan. When I need to borrow money, I borrow it from them. They're charging me right now, because of my dire financial situation, 13% interest. It's like having a credit card. And by the way, if they wanted to pull the plug on me tomorrow and say, we're not going to extend your credit anymore, they could close the hospital, drive into bankruptcy, and they have the first lien on everything as Christ Hospital. They own Christ Hospital and Bank. And this is the case with many banks across the country. The real estate trust is a bank. That's what they are. They're a bank that is going to potentially, if needed, lend the money at a far, far lesser rate than current lenders are willing to lend to Christ Hospital at this point in time.
Thank you. That's the 2 minutes, but I